not enough.
No, that's good enough. And then there's a saving throw.
There is a saving throw.
Okay. 2 and 5. 42.
That's fine.
That ought to do it, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that I care to cast before.
Does he get a chance to see who you are?
Only if he has detect scrying up. And then I'm Sunny.
Right.
So I don't even know if detect scrying works. We don't
Yeah,
quite know.
detect scrying is a arcane spell, right? It's not.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you just get missed. You're through your scrying.
Inquisitors get detect scrying as a divine spell.
All right, it's missed.
Okay.
You just feel that you're trying to contact a very powerful entity.
Okay. All right, and then I don't think nobody's sick right now. Is there like a beggar in the street or something?
I mean, you can go.
I'm gonna go heal around a beggar with a heal spell. Some old person who's hobbling around or whatever.
Okay.
They're just getting a heal spell.
Sonny has to leave for a minute, and he comes back.
Just
giving somebody a story about the Druid Volcanica.
The Druid Volcanica
cured my cataracts, my corns, and my arthritis.
I felt amazing for like 6 weeks. It was the best.
Yeah.
All right, then he's going to basically re-prepare his spells. He will prepare basically a whole bunch of sendings in slots that he wouldn't normally have sendings in. Like, that's the main change he's making.
Yep.
I'm going to prepare, let's say 3 sendings. 3. We should be able to do this in 3. I suspect we could do this in 3. All right. Okay. Do you want to type out to do the proper sending back and forth, because it is kind of a diplomacy thing going on?
Yeah, I want to know at least the gist of the first sending.
This is the Druid of Volcanica. You are under attack. The Imperium is offering support. We have an angel. It's like the first sending.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check. This will be at a -4 because there's not enough words to really
to do a whole thing.
A whole thing, but Sonny has powers. Now, the alignment of this guy is lawful good, so he's 2 steps away from your alignment. So I don't know.
I don't get he doesn't start off one.
Yep. And
better.
his charisma.
Wait a second. No, he doesn't. Does he hate me naturally?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, so
give him a minute.
He's got to get to know you first.
So he's not within 1 step of mine, which means that he's just the divine continence. He doesn't just immediately go like, oh, the Druid of Volcanica.
Right. He's like,
so it's just a roll.
Yeah, he's kind of like who, like the rest of.
Okay, Brennos is going to provide Sonny the glory for this. Because
so okay, I get why you took divine count. Every druid now will view. Yeah,
I am the Druid of Volcanica. Don't you love me, bro?
Well, that's funny.
All right, what was the penalty? -4.
-4.
41. I rolled a 2.
Wow. Okay.
Because Brennos has the glory power, which is 1 hour add his character level to charisma checks.
Okay. And you can add 2 because you kind of said the right things. Like, you didn't say anything aside from the Druid of Volcanica stuff.
Druid of Volcanica is a little it's a weird way to, and he didn't even end it with it. He opened with it.
Minus 43. You beat the DC by 19. Okay, he seems distracted when he does respond. The general gist of what he's saying is he wants to know more about who you are and what you can offer.
Okay.
And that they are indeed under attack. But he doesn't seem to go into many details around that, perhaps out of lack of words, or he just doesn't. Maybe he's a bit suspicious.
Okay, the second sending, warriors and mages to defeat the evil ice foes. We will send a angel we found, who knows our character.
Okay.
And then the very last bit is "will need trade," because that's basically like the end of my words. Because basically, there will be a trade at the end.
Yep. You are asking to bypass something, but you're offering something. I need another diplomacy check for this one at a -4.
Okay. Now, is this to change his attitude, or is this to ask a favor?
This is to make a request. You're asking him to like.
I get a +7 when I'm changing his attitude. I don't get that +7 when making a request.
Okay.
All right. So, 1 + 15 -4. 42, but I rolled a 10 this time.
Things are dire here. We can use any assistance. Any lawful assistance is what he says in there.
Oh,
the quickest way to reach here is via teleport. We will have a delegation meet you in the spot that you arrive. Do not be alarmed. The trap is non-lethal to our friends.
If trap cannot be temporarily disabled, we'll need to wind walk ETA 7 hours.
How many people are you going to lose in those 7 hours?
I'm not saying that. So at the end of that, so it said Windwalk said time. Our representative will be there faster. The angel will be there right away. Sonny of Volcanic.
Yep.
Jimmy.
He says, if you are wind walking, know that the halo will be difficult to pass through, especially with its corruption. The safest way is to trust in our defenses. At this time, it would be unwise to bring them down.
Oh, he makes such a good argument. Oh no, I hate it when that happens.
And he actually gives you his full title and name.
Oh, there you go.
let's see. Do I need to switch back to the map, or do I have it written down?
I just took
General
Bajam.
Hulk with wings.
Yeah, he just calls himself Bajam, Defender of Nefelus.
All right. All right then. I guess that's settled. Do we want? They've promised a delegation that will escort us there if we teleport directly in. Although there may be issues in the connection. Actually, now that I've done a rest, I can actually make my new. I rested, so I broke my bond, I think. So that's how come when like the other party, when they're like, no, do the thing. So I can't because he rested.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've reset your powers with rejuvenation, right? So
Yep.
you
Yep. Okay, so that means I have enough slots to get Agony, and I can get.
mind you,
Amyria.
as long as you don't reset that power, then it's what you did before.
I'm going to reset it anyway because I want Amyria and I want Agony, who I couldn't get in before. So I couldn't do it anyway. Perfect. The timeline is safe. It's reinforced. Excuse me a second. I need to stretch my legs. Been sitting for a little too long. Cog, I have an idea. It might be interesting.
Well, your idea better be really good. He's still seething. It's been over an hour.
I understand. We have a way to get in there directly. We
All right.
also know about the wind wall that prevents travel in and out. If you want to go in without actually going through that wall, I can give you the wind walk spell. You can teleport to the location, turn into a cloud, fly there. I can also give you the freedom of movement required to get through the defenses of the city, as in through the storm. And then we can meet on the other side in a comfortable fashion. Is this acceptable?
So you talk to somebody on the island, says Agony.
Yes. Yes.
They've been under siege for weeks now.
Yes, Bajam. He did not agree to lower their defenses while under attack, and he makes a pretty good point. I mean, he seems a little stubborn.
Agony smiles at that.
Set in his ways.
Power does that to things.
Yes. Well, we'll have to just have a
Are you
nice...
sure you're bringing the angel lady?
Well, we could go in 2 groups, but the angel lady, she needs to find herself. She's been here for a very long time in a sword which is aligned with draconic gods. She at least is a person of Volcanica as much as anyone of,
I could teleport her
them.
there. Agony's lying.
What was that?
Agony's lying. He says I can teleport her there.
No.
Cog slaps him on the shoulder like, Agony.
I was more considering how to get you in in a way where you're free to, maneuver as you wish.
Why don't we just bring him in and say the truth? He's an ally, and he's here to...
The chambers are not always guarded. They're very confident in their traps. Although Barnabas isn't with us.
No. And if they reflect my spells, that will be very, very frustrating.
I had to use our mythic powers to overpower the trap to squeak through, and that's after McCath made an opening.
Yes. So if we
What
go,
about forcing your way through it? Like, using your
That's what
claws.
I kind of forced magic through it. It's hard to describe.
Brennos will probably force his forehead through it.
That would be fun to watch.
So, it seems like we might be getting there on different schedules, I think.
Go without me. The same warning I gave to Cog, there's something of Tiamat there. Some entity.
He's saying regarding the building or the angel. He's not sure.
Are you going to try to go there yourself, or are you going to wait for us to call you in?
It's gonna burn down the temple as soon as we leave. I'm just saying.
What do you want me to do? I'm interested in finding things of Tiamat, but I'm interested in finding things of Tiamat for myself, not for this stupid cult. There is something of Tiamat there, an entity, the strongest presence I've felt from her aside from the two things that I wear, her scale and the mask. I think it came in the storm. Watch yourselves. First thing you should do is find one of those mirrors so that you can teleport away.
Yes. For sure. This most definitely.
And don't be too proud if you have to. He says that kind of more at Cog. They were old sparring partners. Remember, Cog kind of beat him more often than not, so...
No, we haven't had to run away in a long time. Isn't that right?
It feels like that's all I've been doing.
Well, you haven't had any solid backing. You're back with us now.
Yeah, but if you're allies with things like that,
Well, she's our way in.
so she's expendable then.
I'm fairly certain Brennos doesn't see it that way.
I'm sure he does. That
Cog's like,
filthy, good-hearted, kind, compassionate being who would never betray us. Of course, we're gonna get rid of her. For the guy who took off after putting on an evil artifact and can't take it off.
Maybe I should have gone with Barnabas and the others.
We will
Yeah,
find your
good
friend,
idea.
and we'll,
Wait a second, can't you do that trick?
of course.
Maybe that's the way in. Get one of those mirrors and then teleport me to you.
And we'll make the connection. As in, I touch him, and then.
Or maybe I have to have the mirror. I'm not sure.
Well, when I cast the spell, I use the mirror. So the mirror would be destroyed when I cast the spell.
Excellent. You know Agony's not like the best at spells, so when he was describing maybe the thing won't be, like
Now,
active and yeah.
What you will need to do is get closer.
I can do that.
Perfect. Because I'm not as good of it. I am not a wizard. I am a druid, so I don't teleport very good, because druids don't teleport very often.
I will need a description, though, of the place I'm going.
Sonny's going to pull out his globe.
Okay.
He's going to start describing that island, like the tip of the island in the Venkeshi territories, or the in the Naga territory.
And that's how far away, and you make some measurements, and having a globe and being able to do measurements is probably enough for...
He just needs to be close. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to...
Yeah.
There we go.
Isn't there a war going on down there?
Well, keep your head down.
You know that the territories is so vast, like for him to end up in a place where there's actual fighting is like...
I don't think he'll be mistaken for either side.
Yeah, and we'll give him a... Does he have freedom of movement on his spell list? I don't think so.
No, it's a cleric spell.
Okay, so...
it's a wizard spell as well.
An eternal freedom of movement.
Okay. That lasts for a full day, is it?
Yeah, until like, well, it lasts for 24 hours, or until I cast another 10, or until I declare a new one cast upon him.
Okay.
Right.
There we go. Just in case there's, underbrush or something.
I don't think it's wizard, is it?
It's alchemists have it.
Okay.
Yeah, alchemists don't have a wizard list. Okay.
He looks at Cog. Do you have one of those death wardy things? I could have used one a while back.
Yeah, sure.
The last spell I had
sure.
at the top of Agony sheet was one of the delayed consumption.
Delayed consumption death wards?
Yeah.
Those are amazing.
Um,
We had just came from a downtime. Do we all have that re-up now? This is a question to Ahmed.
we should. There's no reason not to.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna take it. The die juice, yes.
Yeah, Brennos would have one. Quintessa would have one because you guys are members of the league. I don't think Val has one.
So he has one. He'll give him the delayed consumption, and he'll give him the.
Perfect. He does what he's supposed to and drinks the potions. And...
All right. Okay, Sonny's gonna go back in after.
It's good to be back, is what Agony says. Finally,
It's
after.
good to have friends you can rely on and confide in, and to double check questionable decisions once in a while.
To be honest, I didn't know how you were going to react with all of this.
You should see the rest of us.
I am the Druid of Volcanica. There are many things that are strange in this world. You're nowhere near the strangest.
Okay. He clasps his claws on Sunny and Cog's shoulders and gives a quick shake before retracting.
We'll see you soon.
Keep her away from me. is what he finally says.
I think it's mutual, actually. All right. Slight change of plans. They are under attack, and we are going to swoop in to save them. Via teleportations.
So spells up or not?
We shouldn't be attacked immediately, although, it might be impolite.
Things about to get interesting.
They're under siege.
Cog starts flexing his arms like backwards, like.
Mother, I'll follow your lead.
Probably wise.
We're all going to follow her lead because she's the one who's teleporting. Now, we're going to cast a shared memory on her to share Agony's memory.
Okay.
Yep.
Of the space, and we are teleporting into a trap.
Of just the space or the whole scene with Agony interacting with Macath and the thing with the dragon and.
Sonny's going to be a little more slack.
Okay, we're now dealing with third-hand memories.
Yes.
But for the purposes of teleporting and having a rough description of where you're supposed to go, that's sufficient.
I mean, teleport without air, we just have to get kind of close to the island. It'll suck us in.
Is share memory a divination spell?
This, yes, it is. Give me a second. I believe it
Let's
is.
see.
In fact, I have it open. It is a divination spell.
Okay, you get nothing from Sunny.
Sonny, I don't think
you get a blank slate. There's time going by, but he's just sharing with you. Not even a sleeping person would have more.
Aren't you paying attention?
I know how this spell is supposed to work. You're doing it wrong.
No. You're not listening. All right. He pulls out the globe. We want to go here.
I've seen the globe. I'm telling you, you're not sharing any memories with me.
We're making new ones right now. Look at the globe. Aim here. You don't need to hit the room. There's a protection of wards. It'll just woof us in.
Fine. It's fine.
Telling me I didn't do the spell.
I don't know if I can. Can I take everybody?
You should if you're 15th level caster.
She is. Okay.
Yourself plus 5 others, and we are 1 to
Okay.
5.
Yep.
The sixth
1, 2, 3,
happened
4,
to
5.
disappearing.
The six doesn't like one of you.
This- the sixth has a murderous urge.
Okay, Quintessa will teleport to the island.
Okay. To the island.
Doodaloo, 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 doodaloo.
All right, there's Amyria. We'll drag Agony off to the
Cobb
side.
drinks his mutagen before we do that.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to move you guys to a map. It's called the Devastrom Prison. And let me shuffle some tokens around and move you guys there. Can you give me a D2?
Okay. 1.
Okay. I guess so. First things first, I need a caster level check from Quintessa.
Push your way onto this island.
30.
That's pretty good.
Okay. You did feel that you came into contact with the magic and you weren't able to overpower the magic to just force your teleport to work as desired.
Use a mythic point.
You got shunted at a
Shut up.
45-degree angle, and then all of you began to spread out a little bit. As you get shunted into the trap, everyone takes 2 damage. And all of you are kind of like knocked prone.
So, give me 1 second. I need to check. Sunny has a power that actually gives mitigation to shunting damage.
Okay.
Okay. So I didn't cast it. Otherwise, we would have when we're teleporting. When Sunny casts a teleport, everybody's got 45 temporary hit points against shunt damage. So Sunny can actually just teleport us all to a mountain. Ooh.
That's funny. All right, so all of you are like, oh! You fall down in this kind of hard a metallic floor that has interlocking runes in it. The runes look like they were woven and pounded into the metal, and the metal might actually be a form of or an alloy of adamantine. Like the whole thing was forged and pounded. Immediately there is the hum of magic all around you, and you have arrived in the Devastrom prison somewhere in the Isle of Nefelus.
Is this where we're picking up next session?
I think so. Yeah.
No! I'm good to go.
It's 1:45, dude.
1:45.
Oh.
And are we starting a role playing set? It's very much. This is like one of them cliffhangers.
Sure.
It's very cinematic.
You see sitting angrily cross-legged in the adjacent cell unit, Langdadrossa Cyanrath, just sitting down, and the far prison cell thing seems to be sparking every once in a while, and there's no magic about it. Clearly, they have not had time, even in the last month, to fix the damage that Macath has done.
Cool.
This is a good place to push pause if you guys need to jettison. As is tradition, we name our games after we play.
A little bit of shade there. Just a slight.
Well, it's
But
only
I gotta work in the morning.
I know it's only 10 o'clock for me, but that is the
The Seattle versus East Coast way.
Yeah, the vagaries of time zones. What shall we
Stupid
call?
round planet.
Yeah, let's not get into flat Earth.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know,
Oh my God.
in D&D, there could be a world that's flat.
Yeah.
The planes are so much fun because they could have all sorts. You can be anything you want.
Yep.
Doesn't have. It makes sense.
If you've ever read the original rules for how space worked in Spelljammer, you would lose your anybody who's studied space travel would be like, none of this is
It's
real.
not even
What
studied. It's just through watching movies that are quasi-realistic about space. We all have this knowledge that 200 years ago or 100 years ago people don't have, or even in 1950s maybe didn't have, right?
Some of the common knowledge around technology and physics is pretty high.
Yeah.
Compared to the old timey ways where they would know results but not the explanations
The
for them.
moon's full of cheese, you know.
But even things like gravity, just wherever you step that's how it works.
That's the directionality.
Yeah.
Until you jump from one ship to another, and then gravity might change. It's like, okay.
Anyways, yeah, Spelljammer, the floatsome stuff. Yeah,
The flotsam or
they
flagellum.
they redid Spelljammer for 5e.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at it.
So when I go back to Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
So my nephews are into D&D now, and my father bought them a D&D book, and he didn't know anything, and he just walked into a store and bought them some, like a Spelljammer module.
Oh no!
It's like we're gonna put that one in the shelf, and then we're gonna throw on a we get you a Dungeon Master's Guide. That'll be a little bit more useful.
Dude,
Yeah.
you need the player's handbook and a monster manual, and you could do D&D.
They've got a player's handbook, they got a monster manual, they got a couple of beginner adventures. So yeah.
All right, name for tonight's game is something to do with the angel, something to do with Agony's paranoia, or
Yeah.
the long range diplomacy first.
Diplomacy first. It's
I don't want to say doomed diplomacy, but I don't think it's getting solved diplomatically. I just don't.
It's a trap.
It's a
It's
trap.
a trap.
It
It's
is
a trap.
At this point, it might be. It's a trap again.
It's a trap. I like that one.
Well, we disarmed the trap. We diplomacied the trap. Although we don't know if we diplomacied the trap, it might have been all a ruse. And Darth Vader shows up saying, "Oh, hope I don't
It's got you.
change it any further."
It all seemed
Begin the
reasonable.
combination.
It's all reasonable. Yep.
Now, yeah, if you guys start acting like little Tid Pod dictators in there, or all conniving and stuff, yeah, maybe they might go, we're not letting them out.
All right, Mr. Angelman, let us tell you how to run your island.
Yeah, Brennos might even have the
Afterward.
strength to Kool-Aid Man his way through the wall of force. That's true, Fox.
Like a wall of force. Brennos can blast through a wall of force. He can kick a wall of force's ass.
All right, cool. This is I now know how you're arriving on the island. So which encounters I need to.
You have enough information for the order of encounters. We're going to talk to the guy. We're going to be relatively polite, and we'll.
You should have seen me like this afternoon between work and now. It was like scrambling. I'm like, how are they going to get to the islands? So I did a little bit of both and went
Right, because we came up with like 3 ways of getting there.
Yep.
And it's like one way is really, really long temporally. Are we going to do a mini pirate campaign to get to the island? Are we going to windwalk our way in, or just use spells from the outside in? Or are we just going to jump into the trap? That was aforementioned a trap.
It's trap.
Yeah.
All right. Good place to leave it for those watching YouTube, which is where this video will eventually live. Thanks for your support. For those hanging out in the channel with us tonight, it was good seeing you folks here. And as always, we hope you enjoy this as much as we do. Peace. Have a good night.
Right.
GG, guys. Night.